Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. Mike and I are coming to you. Well, I don't like that lighting. Sorry. It's another kind of impromptu session, so I'm not exactly set up for. My studio isn't exactly set up as it should be, but that's okay. You know what? We are going to skim the news today.
Actually, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. You
No.
change your mind?
Talk.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about?
I have a good idea for a subject.
Okay. We won't do the news today, but I promise you that next time we come back, we will do the news, and we're going to call it Naked Skim.
Naked Skim, like skim milk, only naked.
We're going to skim the news.
We are going to get all skimmy on you. So here's the thing. What I was thinking about is many of our listeners may not be aware that we have a website. I think that'd be useful to tell them that, to look in the notes and to find it there.
Yes.
And we have some really, it's the first page gets you, a complete list of not just people like Jamie Miller, et cetera, all the people that were our guests, but also pertinent links like the podcast itself and something that they may be involved in, like a book or this, that, or the other thing. So,
product or service or website.
Exactly. Also, from a self-serving point, there's also access to my game website in case you're interested in learning about some of the games I designed. We do have a section called Stuff, and there is basically we're going to fill it up with things that Roy and I independently think are worth your attention. We do have a contact us, so in case you want to contact us via email, whatever. And then we do have who we are and about us page. And all this is very, very new. So it's going to be evolving. And it's one of the few things that Roy actually appreciated that I did. So, I mean, the only last time he was really appreciative was when I hung up on him and he didn't have to talk to me anymore. That he liked very much, and I tried not to.
I want to interject something here. I want to say that this whole thing about the website was Mike came up with it overnight. He decided to do it, and he did it. Surprised me with it, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think he did a great job. We went back and forth with it for a few days until he got it just right, and I think it's a great website. And Mike has plans for expanding it. Now I want to tell you that there's a menu on the top right that has 3 or 4 lines. Click on that to get to the other pages, the about pages, contact, and so forth, and the stuff. However, I'm going to ask you now because I hadn't thought about this now. Is there any way you can put menu under that so that people who don't hear this know?
I think so. But I mean, that is actually convention that that sort of thing is there.
Okay.
I could literally see. The thing is that the more stuff you put there, the more difficult it is for people to navigate.
Okay, leave it alone then. Never mind.
Never mind.
We may have to modify it if the site becomes very large. So, we may have to put a menu and then send you to a separate page where we have all of our choices. So I have thought of that. And that is all doable. But I'm trying to get people to go directly to spots with only one click.
Yeah, and the episodes that you can link to directly are all episodes where we've had guests. They are among the best episodes we've done. There are some Mike and I have done by ourselves that I consider really high grade too, and there are others that are so-so.
We could, if there's one that particularly sticks out, there's no reason why you can't put it in the Roy section.
I will find it. I will find something, and and put the links up there. Okay.
We do have Roy's earliest voiceover on the origins of our uh, association in this podcast. That's in the front page.
Yes,
So
that's under Genesis.
Genesis, yes. Now here's a contest I'd like to offer our listeners, and I think now I haven't discussed this with Roy. So when he tells me
you brought it up, you haven't really discussed it.
When he tells me to go fuck myself, understand that's really authentic. We're here for an authentic experience. But anyway,
well, hey, I look at it this way: we're not planned at all. I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that I thought we were going to talk about the news as we'd agreed upon this afternoon.
well, this is news.
Suddenly,
The news is about us.
I'm talking about the news, the fake news, as Trump.
What happened is that we had an idea that we're going to start a thing called Naked something or other.
Naked Skim.
Skim, yeah, Naked Skim. And basically skim the news and basically talk over it as a podcast.
I already explained this before. Get on to to the awards.
Right. But the thing is that I hate to say it, but I got skimmed out after we talked about it for literally an hour and a half. And I just, and then when Roy called me tonight, he called me when I was on the verge of falling asleep. So I just wasn't up to doing all that stuff. But I do have an idea for a contest for our viewers. And that is, since we do have a brand new podcast website, and when I say new, I mean it's barely a week old.
Spanking new.
It's spanking new. That should get all of you alphabet people excited. But anyway, the thing is, I have an idea for a contest. And if people participate in this, this is what I will do. I will create a page to honor the winner of the contest and all future contest winners. And the purpose of the contest is give us suggestions that you think our website could use. Okay? And things like another programmer, a podcast about other people, that shit don't fly. But essentially, if you want to see some characteristic in our website, okay, that we think is good, we will pursue that, and we will have an honorable mention page of all the people, and we'll pick one person each week and see if we can employ it.
Okay, so
how's that sound, Roy?
It'll be a weekly award then, right?
I think so. Well, I don't think we should be hung up on time because we're not really on a schedule. But certainly, every person whose opinion or suggestion is something that we actually do in a big way will be in the honorarium. So if somebody says we'd like to have birthday pictures up on a screen, and if you and I go, fuck, birthday pictures, what a great idea. What do you think, Roy? Isn't that special? Yeah, and then we have birthday pictures, and we have to honor you. But don't suggest birthday pictures, otherwise we will block your ass. You'll never be able to communicate with us.
Yes. Birthday pictures are out of the running right now.
Yes. And also do not suggest that we see that we talk to the gnarly girls. That will not be acceptable.
Yes, because we're trying to get them, but it's been a bit gnarly getting a hold of them.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, actually, we were going to channel them and be the gnarly girls for a while.
We might still do that next week.
We might still do that.
If they don't come on Tuesday, like we hope that they're going to come on. They haven't answered me yet.
Yeah, if they're not nice to us, then we're probably going to channel them sooner while we're having our periods.
Oh, by the way, these awards, I don't know if you're still into it, but I think I like the idea. The awards will be not the same award, like this is awarded for da-da-da. No, they're going to be a little tailored, slightly tailored to each person.
Well, yeah. Basically, we'll
It's not going to
say
be grab the same thing over and over again.
that. Well, it's only going to be one line. It's going to be so and so contributed this idea. Keep it
Well,
simple because you don't want to make it too big. But the
no,
point
not
is,
too big, but I mean, you could throw in another line or so to make it
well,
unique.
I'll run it past you, and if we'll come up with something together and we'll make it
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
But the
Cool.
fact that you're on board, I had a feeling you'd like the idea. It does two things. Number one, it honors and respects those people that are truly involved in this podcast and site, and two, it gets us information. Somebody might say, "Oh, at this other podcast they do this thing, or at this other website they do this thing." I go,
Gives us
"Really?
ideas.
Okay." I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of things we can do with the website, but the thing is, I don't want to become so big that we lose control of it, and I don't want it to be so small that it's not interesting.
And again, not just ideas for the website. If you have any ideas for the podcast itself that we think are viable, we'll go there too.
Including sex.
Not with him. We'll have to bring in the gnarly girls.
Okay, we just lost any chance of having them in here. Not so gnarly.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. Okay.
First of all, I don't think you can
As
make
you
love
can
to
see,
somebody's yoga thing in the middle of this thing anyway.
by the way, this episode is turning out some along the lines of what you mentioned a few days ago, where we should do a podcast showing how we do the podcast. In other words, we're getting into
Right.
the what do they call it, the bones or whatever of what we're doing. This is all off the cuff right now. It's coming off the top of our head.
Right now, if you don't go to our podcast, at least look up these people: Jamie Miller, John Paul Moran, Dr. Carol Lieberman, Adam Schwartz, Kate Asaroff. I talk about her all the time. She's fantastic. Laura Forkham. Is that how you say it?
Laura.
Okay.
Pastor. I'm a little dyslexic. I have to. That's why I have to sometimes.
Yeah. Go fuck your. Anyway, Laura Forkham.
He didn't mean that. That's his Tourette's talking.
Yeah. Tits. Yeah. Pastor Jackson Lehmeyer. That must have been the demons coming out of me when I was about to say his name. Kira Shishkin. Barry Todd. A really cool guy, actually. I was really intimidated by him. But
but he was cool. He was well, actually all our guests have been cool. I think we were I was most intimidated by Dr. Carol Lieberman. But she turned out to be because I thought, oh man, this woman is a little too classy for our sense of humor. But she laughed with us a couple of times.
Yes, actually, she was laid back. All these people scare the hell out of me because I think that we've gone off in the deep end. We're out of our league. We start talking to them, and guess what? They're all human beings. I mean, that's the funny thing. And
starting with Jamie Miller, we were going to have him on 45 minutes, maybe an hour if we were lucky, and he wound up being on the show 2 hours.
More than that, he invited us on his show.
What? And then when he reciprocated and had us on his show election night, there were 4 podcasters he got, and we were all supposed to have a 10-minute slot. And we did our 10-minute slot, but we went twice as long, almost twice as long, a little over 9 minutes.
The one downside to that was the fact that after we went on his podcast, because Roy was an asshole, he didn't invite us anymore.
That's not true.
Okay, Roy.
Let's talk about Jonathan. Jamie kind of liked the website, by the way. I sent links to all our guests, and a couple of them have,
Let's talk about John Paul Moran.
5 of them answered. What?
Let's talk about John Paul Moran. He was freaking cool. He's actually
he was our second guest, I think.
Yes. He was the one whose great grandfather was Thomas Jefferson. And the
Uh-huh.
thing is that um, he, he's involved in OpsCore, which is an interesting uh, methodology to determine where your position is politically based upon neutral questions. Pretty cool stuff. And
Yeah,
he's in the
you just
process or
take the
has
quiz.
written a book. Yeah. Fantastic guy.
Uh,
Very
yeah,
likable.
I don't know if the book is out yet, but yeah, the ops
Now,
score
Dr.
is,
Carol
if you're
Lieberman,
not sure where you lie, or you may surprise yourself. You may take the quiz thinking, "Oh, I'm a liberal or I'm a conservative," and then you find out, no, you're something else. You're maybe in the middle, maybe a centrist. Okay,
he's fantastic.
or you
And
might
I
be.
believe he's writing a book about condensing the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution into an international statement. So not an American statement, but a global statement. And when you
Okay,
think about it, the rights mentioned in the Constitution should be global.
yes, they are natural rights. They are the rights that when they were enumerated in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that was the only way that all the states could finally agree to join the United States, because
Mm.
they didn't want the federal government to grow into a behemoth and infringe upon our rights. So the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, guarantees that the government will not take those rights away. However, many many politicians, mainly Democrats, not all, but mainly Democrats and some rhinos, are on the globalist train, and they are trying to disarm us. So they are attacking the Second Amendment. They've also gone full force against the First Amendment under the Biden administration, or the Biden regime, as I like to say it. Our freedom of speech was attacked. People were being canceled. People were being censored. Uh, People were being what do you call it? Lied about. People telling the truth were accused of misinformation. Go ahead.
I just watched recently, with the past few days, an older movie with Robert Taylor called The Time Machine, where
Ooh,
what in The Time Machine is an H.G. Wells story
right.
where people what happens is he goes into the future, and what happens is mankind evolves into World War I, World War II, and um, the the human beings that are in the far future are two types: Eloi and Morlock. Morlock
Um,
are they live they're troglodytes that live underground, and Eloi live in the out in the open. They're they're basically food for
Morons.
the yes. Now I'm watching that, and I'm thinking, wow, this is far more metaphorical than I thought it was, than I remembered it being. You know what it reminded me of? The Matrix.
I was just thinking it's Matrix like.
Yep. Yep. And the thing is, it also reminded me of the Biden administration. So because of the fact that the
A lot of
Democrats,
films.
the
Go ahead. I'm
Democrats,
sorry.
have an elitist attitude, and if you're not in their circle, then you have to be managed, and that's why they're anti-gun. Because if you're not in their
And
circle,
anti-speech.
well, yes, you have to be managed. So they're basically, the less control they have of you. If you're not in their circle, the less control they have of you, the more of the threat they see you as being, and eventually they have to either pacify you or eradicate you. Either one
Mhm.
works for them.
Yeah, this is why they were, so afraid, so fearful of Donald Trump. And I think, I was listening to Roseanne's podcast earlier, and I believe what she may have a point, that they have infiltrated the MAGA movement, trying to stop it from
Right.
within. because there are some people turning against the MAGA and President Trump.
There always will be.
You
There
have something to
always
say?
there.
You have a headache, or
Politics
you
is a
want to, you
fluid
want to say something?
environment. Yeah. The
Yeah,
thing
but
is that politics is fluid, and as long as people have separate political agendas, they will find discord. And the thing is that I believe it's Tulsi Gabbard.
yes,
She publicly declared that based upon her research, she has described Obama's actions in his presidency as
involvement.
treasonous. As
Yes,
treasonous. It's written on paper.
he
So
had. Yeah, he has. He was definitely involved in.
yeah, but this is Tulsi Gabbard talking.
Yes, I know.
You know, yeah. So the thing is, this is an official document pointing at Obama, saying you have behaved in a treasonous manner, and
Yeah.
they are looking into that, and they're going to expose so much that's attached. And you know what happens? You know what happens to the people that are carrying Pharaoh when all of a sudden there's an earthquake? They drop them. And that's what's going to happen to Obama. All these little people, all these people had to shut up or get out of the way.
Well, not all. There's
They're
still going to be
going
that
to turn up.
percentage of people who believe in him no matter what. Okay.
Right. Well, I
But
don't.
here's how Breitbart put it in their headline: Declassified. Obama administration manufactured intelligence to push fake Trump-Russia collusion narrative, and Gabbard calls it a treasonous conspiracy.
Yes.
And the DNI calls on the DOJ. What the heck's the DNI?
I deny.
Anyway, it calls on the DOJ for, quote, every person involved be investigated and brought to justice, unquote.
Yes. Oh, can I change? Can I change the subject before I
Sure, go
forget?
ahead.
Because you insist on talking to me at such a late hour. Okay. Did you hear about Saskatchewan?
I didn't insist. I was waiting for. I was going to do it tomorrow morning, and you finally woke up and said, "Oh,
I got
I'll do it
tired of
now."
listening to you manage your day. You was like going through every stupid little fucking thing you were going to do this evening. So anyway, the point is, Saskatchewan is now officially asking its citizens if they want to secede from Canada.
Oh, great! That
Now,
means that what is it? Is it British?
Alberta is actually was leading the way.
Is it Alberta or British Columbia? No, Alberta. I think is liberal.
Alberta.
Alberta is liberal, isn't it?
Alberta and
I think British
Saskatchewan are
Columbia.
both doing it.
No, it's Alberta and Saskatchewan,
Yes.
or it's
Not
not.
Sasquatch. Saskatchewan.
No. Saskatchewan. No, I'm talking about.
His dick was so hard you could scratch a match upon.
You know what? No, I can't. I don't know where my cousin's note is.
Where is your cousins?
No. I have a cousin in Canada, but he's. It's not Alberta. Alberta is I think on the left.
Yeah, Alberta and
I think
Saskatchewan.
British Columbia. British Columbia is the. Is it British Columbia? BC.
Alberta is on the coast. It's
Where's
underneath.
Vancouver? Yes, I know, but there are two provinces.
I think Vancouver is in Alberta.
I think it's not. But anyway, there are two. Okay, so there are two. We are not. We're not going to say for sure it's Alberta because we are not going to engage in fake news. We think it may be in Alberta. We know it's either Alberta or British Columbia, but we're not sure at the moment. But Saskatchewan is definitely going to, in favor of becoming part of the United States.
I have very, very big news. I wasn't going to tell you. This is a major issue. Okay.
All right.
I was going to keep it to myself.
You peed your pants.
Close. I'm in my underwear.
God.
So I can't stand up, and I got this garbage seltzer that tastes like an aluminum can. Anyway, let's see. So so that was that John Paul. Now we
You going
Dr.
back to
Carol
John Paul
Lieberman.
Moran? That's a long way around to get back to
Now,
him.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, if you want to learn about Trump derangement syndrome, that's the
Oh
woman
yes,
to talk to.
she is the expert, the leading expert on that, and she is trying hard to, as she says in the podcast, she's trying to make it, put it in the DM. What do they call it? The DSM.
Well, it's their official list of not symptom syndromes or
Diagnosis
whatever. Yeah,
illnesses, and she wants to make it
a
a
real
part of the
thing.
DSM
Yeah. Here's
because
the funny thing.
it is
She's
real. I mean, you can see it.
she's a forensic psychologist. She's brilliant. Okay,
Yeah,
and she's supported the institutions that establish these definitions of mental illness, and she is trying. She has been trying to officially um, qualify Trump derangement syndrome as an actual illness, mental illness. And the thing is, when you hear her explain it, you're going, yeah, 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 yeah. I kind of knew that.
yeah,
So she's fantastic. She
yes,
also has an excellent little book, I'm told. It's called Liberals, Lions, and Tigers and Terrorists. Oh my.
yes. Oh,
That's on the site. You can jump right to it.
another of our guests, Adam Swart, was in the news recently because his company, Crowds on Demand, turned down, and he had told us this on our podcast a few months ago. Now, uh, put it out there saying that, oh, he claims. No, he didn't claim. He told us long before it was public knowledge that he had turned down what would have been amounted to about $20 million to fake protests against Donald Trump and MAGA. Okay. Now, the protest that began on the 17th, yesterday, it's supposed to last for 3 days, including that walkout from the farms in California, which the liberals are all saying, oh, we're not going to have food and everything's going to rot. That bullshit. It's 3 days. The plants can handle it. Anyway, this was all organized. It's not a grassroots movement, as the left is trying to tell us. Oh, it's grassroots. No, bullshit. Grassroots. It's
No, that
paid.
actually, no.
What?
I'm sorry. No, it is grassroots because I understand they smoke a lot of marijuana before they go there.
Their roots are in that kind of grass. Yes.
Hmm.
But no, but they are being paid for their shills as soon as 3 o'clock comes, whatever, or 6 o'clock, whatever time it is, they're getting paid for. All these protesters will walk off as one. It's not
Whatever.
like, oh, I'm going to go home. Oh, I'm going to go home in a half hour. No, they all walk out at the same time because they're no longer on the clock. Okay.
Well, the thing is that the left was very good at getting their people together to basically create protests and appearance of unity, et cetera, et cetera. But ever since the election, they haven't been so successful. No Kings did not fly. No King's Day did not fly. This
Yeah.
one did not fly. This bullshit 17th day. So the thing is that people are done.
People
People
are
are done.
wise to him now. People know what's going on.
As a matter of fact, please, Source, spend some more fucking money on this shit. Please. Piss away your money on something that's dying.
If that is an evil, evil man. Him and Bill Gates, I'd say, are the two most evil people on the planet.
I don't know about Bill Gates.
Oh my God. I don't trust him for anything. He's a
But
eugenicist.
he seems like such a nice guy. He's got the glasses
Yeah.
and he's a little
Oh,
nerdy.
well, if we combine vaccines, this, there's too many people on the planet. We can reduce that if we manage the vaccines. Excuse me.
I think the reason why he's not behaving very nicely lately is because his husband left him.
It'd be real funny if his husband went and had an affair with Macron's husband
Or Big Mike.
or Big Mike. Yeah, who they the rumor has it she's not happy with Barack, but she was saying that no, she's had a great time. She's denying it right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but
As she rubbed her Adam's apple. Kate Asseroff,
Kate Asseroff, wonderful woman.
really nice woman.
Yeah.
A very home oriented. She's a entrepreneur. She's actually was given the Momtrepreneur Award in New Jersey as best entrepreneur mom, most successful. She has a product called Dip. If you go to our site, you can take a peek at it. Very ethical, sometimes to a fault. I there's just I I'm not quite as genteel and as understanding as some of these people that we've talked to are. So sometimes I go, oh, okay, fine. If that's the way you want to be, I'm willing to break a couple of eggs in order to get to where I want to go. But Kate Asseroff, fantastic, and also one of the reasons why
Very personable.
yeah, she's actually an avid surfer. So that's another interesting thing about her.
Yeah. Laura Forkham. Laura
Uh,
Forkham.
every
screwed
time
up
you
again.
mention her name, you are tongue tied.
No, she's another.
Yeah, she's a cutie. But
Yeah, she's another. Very intelligent too.
oh wow, are you surprised? A woman's intelligent? What's wrong with you?
No, she's more intelligent than, for example, what I got to put up with here on this podcast.
Yourself?
No. See, he can't compute that thing properly.
Well,
Oh
you know
my
the thing.
goodness. You have more
Yeah,
of a mess on your table there than I do.
I have more on my table. What?
More of a mess on your table behind you than I have in my
Oh,
kitchen
well,
behind you.
that's utility. I don't like wasting time trying to find things. I don't even know what you're looking at.
The
Oh,
table.
that's
Oh,
that's
geez, that's closer than I thought. I
yeah.
thought it was a table in the distance.
No, it's my handkerchief and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I was looking at
Yeah,
the stuff
it's
that was
okay for me to blow
behind
my
that.
nose.
Don't
You
matter.
fuck.
Don't matter. I thought the
Anyway,
table was larger and further back.
so Laura Fulcom, she she's very very interesting. She's a moderate who's established a an opportunity for other moderates to have conversations.
Independent.
Yeah,
Independent.
independent. Okay, well, isn't that the same thing?
But hey, it's the Independent Center is the name of the place.
Oh,
And
that's true.
again,
That's true.
the
And
link to the Independent Center on our website.
that's right on our website. And she is another really nice lady. I hate to say that she is not coming back because Roy has a crush on her, and it's very uncomfortable
Bullshit,
having.
bullshit, bullshit.
We both do. But anyway, let's talk. Let's talk about one of my very favorites, Pastor Jackson Laymeyer.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic guy.
Exactly.
And
He's got his
let
own
me tell you
website,
something.
too.
This is an evangelist. Evangelists have a reputation of being very powerful. He has it, and he made statements that knocked me on the ground. He made some statements about the Muslim faith and so forth like that. I never expected him to be so blunt,
I'm
and
happy
at the
he
same
was.
time, it was refreshing. It was like a mini Trump experience.
Trying to
Really,
find.
and you know the funny thing is, even though he's a pastor and everything, and I'm not saying he would do this, but he just feels like the kind of guy you could have a beer with.
Yes, he seemed to, for a man who he led the pastors for Trump during the recent election, and he is involved in the what's it called, the Faith Council at the White House. He's
Yes,
actively
I
involved
think
there.
so.
So this is a man with power and influence, and he talked to us like like we were friends for a long time. He was easy to
Yes, it
talk
was
to.
very
He
comfortable.
wasn't a stuffy uh, pulpit manager. Okay, okay. Let's put it this way: the biggest contrast is here's Pastor Jackson, and on the other side, people you do not even like listening to, would not like to hang out with, Al Sharpton.
Oh God.
All right, night and day, and I don't mean that in a racist way. Even though one is white, one is black. All right,
Well,
that has nothing to do with it.
one is white and one is washed out black.
One is a shrinking sausage.
Oh my God, he's a pencil neck. It's a bobblehead.
We're not
It's like
talking about right. We're
he's a
not talking about
bobblehead.
shit right now. That's
Where's Tawana Burley? Where's Tawana Burley?
No, Sharpton looks like a balloon that's been deflated.
He just one of these days you want to find some clothes that fit him.
He's really disgusting.
He's just a miserable creature. He's an ambulance chaser in the worst way.
Yeah.
So, but Pastor, by the way, I have watched a couple of his online sermons, and I'm not a practicing Christian, but I will have to say this. I was enthralled. The man is good. So now let's talk about
Kira Shishkin.
A very nice man. I don't know how else you can describe him. He reminded me of my son. As a matter of fact,
probably because he's young. He's I mean, compared to us, everybody's young.
His spirit. It was just
even the oldest of our guests is younger than we are.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's a gentle soul.
Yes,
you know, and
yes, he's smart. To talk to. He's a nice guy.
You know what? I think he's the closest way to describe him is young Elon Musk.
Possibly,
he's brilliant.
He's hit on something that nobody else has done, and I think he really believes in what he's doing. I think he means very well. Sometimes I think that some of the sources he gets his news from.
See, because of the fact that he doesn't really make a polar decision on what's going on. No. You get to see things, and they're suspect to me. Okay, it might be based upon his system, highly objective, but I don't care how objective you are. You can't tell me that U.S. aid is good for anybody. Now, they may have been in the past.
No. Sorry. It was good for the Democrats and a lot of rhinos.
What was he thinking?
They are grieving because you've taken money out of their pockets.
Yeah.
Taking our money, our tax dollars out of their pockets.
Who was that public defender or something in Georgia, the black woman that
Letitia's in New York.
Letitia James, right?
No, she's in New
James.
York. She's in New York. The one down there.
Who's the one that said that she always keeps like lots of money in her house, cash, and that's a black thing?
Yeah, her name starts with an F.
I bet you it does.
Let's just call
anyway,
the fuckhead from Georgia. I forget her name.
The last person on our list of what I call famous interviews, because we haven't interviewed other people. We've interviewed Nick and Matt, and so the thing is that Barry Todd,
retired Ranger, Captain Barry Todd.
Captain, yeah. A man who
was victimized by the so-called justice system.
Yes, yeah. Basically,
I don't know what's wrong with Arizona these days. Arizona used to be very freedom-loving, and in recent years, it's turning. Forget about purple. I think it's turning blue.
When I think of freedom states, okay, and I'm going before when I was a kid, Alaska was number one because it's a rural place and you have to be, you're on your own. Texas. That's what I always thought was a freedom state. All,
Montana.
all, all those places up north, which is like the Dakotas, and all
Yeah.
that.
Montana, the North and South Dakota.
Idaho, Wyoming, all the Midwest.
Yeah.
I always thought it was
Most of the Midwest. Yes.
yeah. Now I used to also think Maine. How stupid can you
Yeah.
be?
Maine used to be different from the rest of New England, but now it has become. You know, the thing is, the leftists love to go to nature, so they go out to Maine and Vermont and Washington State and Oregon
Right,
and California, and they infect it. They infect
right.
the state they go to, and they take it over.
Well,
This is
the
why
thing
people
is,
in Texas are warning California exiles: don't California my Texas.
well, because Maine is a northern state, and it's on the coast of, and it's a rugged state. It is, and I've been there only once. I actually hiked Katahdin, and it is amazingly beautiful up there. Of course, it's all rugged shore and stuff, and it's it's its own thing.
It's a
It's
beautiful state,
fantastic. Yeah, it's beautiful
natural
stuff.
beauty.
But
That's where Stephen King lives. That'll give you a hint about how some people think up there.
I had a place in New
He's
Hampshire.
suffered some TDS so much.
I had a place in New Hampshire, and that was live free or die.
New Hampshire used to be the most Republican state up there.
Yeah, it probably still is. I mean, there were. What was interesting is when I had my Honda Accord, I pulled up into this small town, and when I got out of the car, I clicked the security, click, click, to make sure it was locked. And everybody on the street turned in my direction and started laughing. Like, why the hell are you doing that? That's the kind of place I was in, and
Yeah, because you're from New Jersey and New York, that's what you're going to do naturally.
right. And the thing is that funny thing though is my house was robbed when I was up there.
That's
They
because
stole.
you dared click your car, and they said we got to teach them a lesson.
I was 340 feet off the road. I was up a dirt road, 340 feet to where my camp was.
Oh,
And I had a house there. They call them a camp. What they are is basically these small little houses, and you have some water. You if you have electricity, that's good. And I had it was a strange little place, but I had it for a couple of years. But somebody busted in and stole my rifle and stole my handgun that was there, which is a pity because I went up to go hunting. And my 30-30 was up there, but I had a Marlin 30. No, it was a Winchester Model 96 or 94 lever gun, a classic lever gun. I was going to go hunting on my own property. I had 26 acres, and it didn't happen because when my stuff was stolen. I had a beautiful 30-06, which was an authentic Springfield 1903, which is a bolt action that was built actually not in 1903. That's the model because it was being built in 1903. It was actually made around the Second World War because they still used those guns as sniper guns, but also a lot of the home guard had bolt action rifles because they're cheaper to make.
right.
So yeah, beautiful gun
Yeah,
though.
I have a friend who graduated with me, Jerry. He and his wife bought a house up in Maine a couple of years ago,
Mm.
and they still live in New Jersey, but they go up to Maine once in a while.
Yeah, I remember going up there and I learned how to drive through the snow in my 4-wheel drive because here's the thing. I put it in first gear and I couldn't go up the hill. Then I goofed around and what I did was I put it in third gear. And the reason why I did that is because the torque was too high in first gear, so it kept spinning out. So in third gear, the torque was much lower, and if you went really slow, you went up the hill. And I learned that the hard way. Yeah.
All right, getting back to our last guest that you were talking about,
Barry Todd?
Barry Todd. His book about his experience is called "Stand Your Ground," and he also we also have a link to his Defense Resources Foundation, which is an organization dedicated to helping people who are being victimized rather than helped by the justice system,
Right.
which happens more often than you would like to think.
Yeah, if you hear the podcast, you're going to be very not happy. Just to let you know, if you go to our stuff page, STUFF, not stuff.
Yeah, you go to the menu up top right.
Yeah,
and hit.
there is there's 4 words. It's home, about, contact, and stuff. So if you go to the stuff page, there's 2 little videos. Unfortunately, the one I originally had with Thomas Sowell has been removed from YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube took it down because they hate Thomas Sowell and his common sense.
Well, the problem was the subject matter was too perfect. It was like he explained the entire last 6 months and why Trump is great.
Exactly, which is what YouTube doesn't want.
So instead, what I did was I put Joe Rogan discovers or whatever Thomas Sowell. I forget the exact title.
So, do you know Thomas?
No, okay. I
introduced to Thomas Sowell, I guess.
Right, and then the other one is what is a comedy routine that Roy.
Well, this is an account on Instagram called Awkward Puppets.
Right,
and the main protagonists are this little. I guess he's Mexican. Well, yeah, he's Mexican. Jose, I think his name. I don't remember. And
Diego.
He's got Diego. I'm sorry, Diego. And Diego has a friend who's white, and they are usually the protagonists. But occasionally, Diego has a video with his girlfriend, who is not exactly the friendly type.
They're very funny. They're very funny, and it's the thing is that the subject matter can change. The one that he introduced me to is this car talk, which is I couldn't stop laughing the first time I saw it. I've watched it
politically
so many
incorrect
times
because they are insulting each other. They're insulting each other because of their races, and it's fun.
And they're
they
good
apologize. They are.
Yeah, in our contact page, you can go ahead and email us and establish that dialogue with us. And in the about section, it gives you some information. And for those who are looking for a job, there's an opportunity for an explosive job opportunity for nuclear physicists in Iran. So you can jump on that. It's Babylon Bee, one of our favorites. So again, the way if you have a real suggestion on something that you would like to see on the website, something that we may have missed, or something that you feel needs to be adjusted, contact us. Go to our contact section and email us, and we will respond to you, and also possibly use your suggestion, which would allow me to put you in our Hall of Fame.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up here.
That's a good idea.
And we will see you again in a couple of days, probably before our hopefully scheduled Gnarly Girls interview. We're still not sure about that. But I'm going to try and contact them again.
The reason why the Gnarly Girls are not going on this podcast It's because they're afraid of my animal magnetism.
I gotta reassure them that this is not smell-o-vision, and they will not have to put up with your body odor or
I
halitosis.
took a shower this month.
Yeah.
How rude.
Anyway,
Well,
okay,
at least
we're gonna wrap this up now, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this revelation, revelatory episode about our new website, and we hope
yes.
you go visit it and interact with us through it.
Right.
Until then,
And Roy's going to put the link to that website somewhere
when I
on this.
post this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have a good evening, and we will see you next time on The View from Here, from behind enemy lines.
And we're now got our own domain.